ends and beginnings. Certainly in design, there's no permanent end, there's no permanent solution. You're always working and looking and trying to notice something that's special and unusual. So at this point, I will stop talking and I will wait for questions. Question. There's also a special award, not in here, for those who ask questions. So those who ask questions have to see me afterwards and collect the special award. Ah, my next project. Yeah, all right, I got something cooking that I think is very, very beautiful. In fact, one of the things that persuaded Milton that I was really a designer was something I showed him in 1988. And that thing has been in development since 1988. And only this year or last year did it finally reach the form that I think is perfection. And because I think it's going to last 10,000 years, I don't care that it's taken 22 years to bring it. 1988, 1998, 2008. Yeah, 22 years to bring it to the point where it's ready. It's a new method for consulting the I Ching. Does that mean anything to anybody? The Chinese fortune-telling method known as the I Ching. I invented you gotta go out and find out. It's a method of guiding your life, used by the Chinese for thousands of years, and by many people in the West, very respected by Carl Jung, incidentally. It requires you to create broken and solid lines by chance. You may have seen these solid and broken lines on Chinese art or decorations or pottery. Those patterns of 6 lines say, when you make them, when you have a question, you make the lines by chance. That pattern refers to a book, an ancient book, which has an explanation in it of the situation you're in, an analysis of the situation. It's not crude and simple fortune-telling. It's an analysis of the dynamics of the situation you're in. It's very deep. The problem was making the lines. The old methods were complicated, using 50 sticks, then coins. Coins was very fast but crude. I developed a magnetic method with special square magnets that allows somebody to make the lines quickly, but you're using real yin-yang force. There's yin-yang again. Yin-yang is what the patterns show, the combinations of yin-yang. So you're using natural yin-yang with these magnets, and you're getting the lines. That's the design which I'm slowly working on to bring out maybe this year or next year. And the other day I said to Mirko, it's time to do something else. I mean, what are the big problems in the world? We got to do something. I tried a few by myself, but they were ugly. I tried to do my own graphic design, figuring I can, maybe I've made some progress, but I did 2 things that were really ugly. It would be interesting, but I didn't make any slides of them to see my ugly work. One of them showed a newborn baby being held by the doctor. It was for healthcare in the United States. It's a big issue now. Imagine that. The Americans have doubts about having national health care. It's an infantile country, very infantile. In that respect, Europe is way ahead. That was ugly, that piece I did. So I've done nothing with it. I did something else that was ugly. I can't remember. Maybe I'm blocking it mentally. If Mirko, are you here? No. Okay, he's not here. Good. So he would remember what it was. Anyway, that's what I'm working on. The I Ching. I-C-H-I-N-G. I recommend that you familiarize yourself with it. Take a look. It's quite interesting. Okay. Don't forget to collect. Hit me. Hit me. Yes.
So did that exploration of Eastern philosophy and Eastern psychology influence to quit working as a lawyer and start working as a designer?
The question was, did the Eastern philosophy influence me to quit working as a lawyer? The answer is no, but I'd been interested in Eastern philosophy a long time before I became fixated with the yin-yang symbol. I was interested in Zen philosophy. I'm interested in all of these systems like Sufi wisdom. I'm interested in all of these they're very advanced and sophisticated systems of understanding reality. I had a soft life as a lawyer. Believe me, very soft and cushy. I could have gone forever. No, it was just that my personal design work was becoming so good compared to what I saw out in the world. I said, it's ridiculous. I can't hide this anymore. I gotta go and talk to somebody who knows. Am I crazy or am I as good as I think I am? And that's why I went to Miltona Glejzera. I just called for an appointment. He didn't know me. I made an appointment through his secretary. I sat down with him at a table. I showed him what I was doing. And everything started from that point. Yes, don't forget to collect.
Is your company currently making any real profits?
What do you mean by real profits? We're not bankrupt. We haven't asked the government of the United States to give us money. That's better than the banks, better than General Motors. I'm paying my rent. I'm paying my bills. I'm paying people who do work for me. But I'm not making money in the sense that I'm, putting money in the bank. I'm just making it, which I think is a victory in this time, in these conditions. It's just to keep the business, especially a business as unusual, as strange, I think, as this is. Keeping it going, I think, is a victory. But it's not a big money maker now. But I expect to rule the world eventually. We'll be everywhere. Paradoxy will be everywhere. Thank you. Oh, good question. Why did I go into the law? In my family, all right, in my family, there were just two possibilities. And I did not like medicine. It's just, oh, really. But I don't know if I lost anything by waiting, because if I had gone in immediately, what would have happened? I would have become a young designer. I would have had to work for somebody. And I don't know what effect that would have had. This way, I'm relatively mature, and I don't have to take orders from anybody. I can do what I want, and I can produce these things myself to begin with. I don't have to kiss ass of any businessman. So maybe it's better if I, for me at least, if I entered later in life. But there's still, for the young designers, definitely, it's possible to do both. It's possible to do the commercial work that has to be done and still do things on the side